decided to finally give in and get a 3D printer. I've been eyeing a Bambu Lab 3D printer probably for a little over 6 months now, and I just really couldn't bring myself to get one. There was a sale pretty much all the way from Black Friday to the end of last year, and I was really eyeing the P1S with like the AMS combo, but I really couldn't justify the $1,000 I would have to spend for that. So I decided to reevaluate, and I decided just to get the Bambu Lab A1 Mini. In this video, I'm gonna share some of my first 3D prints with the A1 Mini, as well as my thoughts on the printer, especially given all the competition that's out. So if any of that interests you, definitely stick around. Hi, my name is Cole Chase. I'm a full-time electrical engineer who pretty much spends all day designing in Autodesk Revit. So getting a 3D printer and getting into the design of 3D printed parts was pretty appealing to me. After looking at the Prusa and the Elegoo options, I really couldn't justify getting one of those over the A1 Mini. Sure, there's no controversy about potentially locking down software, but with the A1 Mini, I knew I could just set it up and get 3D printing pretty much immediately. So the first thing I decided to 3D print is of course a benchy. The A1 Mini comes with a couple of 3D printed files just loaded directly on the machine, and you know, I felt like it was kind of a rite of passage to do a benchy instead of something else, and it actually turned out really nice. So after printing the benchy, I was ready to take on a little bit of a larger 3D print, and I decided to do the Standby Dock by Overwork and Scott Woo-Jong. I'm not sure why I made this mistake, but when I was looking at the model in the Bambu Handy app, I thought to myself, yeah, cool, you have an iPhone 15 Pro, but I actually have an iPhone 14 Pro, so when I printed this, it doesn't actually fit my phone, which is really unfortunate. And the second mistake that I made is that I didn't print this with supports. I was just really excited to start printing, and I didn't spend time watching videos about how to set it up or your first print. I don't know, just ready to get straight into printing. And I didn't do supports, so it doesn't work exactly how it should. There's some stringing on the inside for the kind of the push button to eject your phone from it, but that's a mistake on me. I didn't print with the supports, and I don't have an iPhone 15 Pro, so I don't think I'm gonna reprint it. I've just been trying to find somebody who has an iPhone 15 Pro that I can give this to, so. So after printing a benchy and a phone dock that won't even work for my phone, I decided to go for a more practical print, and I decided to print these awesome desk shelves. What's really nice is that the original desk drawers were actually a lot larger than these, but the creator went ahead and made a version that was optimized for the A1 Mini. So it's a little bit smaller than the ones I saw in the video, but that's just because of my 3D printer, I had to go with the smaller version. But they're pretty awesome, and they become a huge asset for me, especially as I kind of build out this workstation area of the room. The next thing that I decided to print is a battery holder for my Sony batteries. You can find this print again on the Bambu Handy app, but this is a really nice battery case. I saw a couple comments about people saying that their batteries were loose and they wouldn't actually hold in here, but I'm here to tell you these are not going anywhere. The creator did a really good job of getting the tolerances right so that they fit snugly and they're pretty easy to get out. When watching other A1 Mini videos, I noticed a lot of people touched on some of the prints they did specifically for the A1 Mini, whether it was kind of storage or a top handle or a filament relocator. Those things just weren't necessarily that appealing to me, but there was one that stuck out the most, and that has got to be the poop collector. So there's quite a few versions of the poop collector that you can download on the Handy app, or I'm sure there's even more online. I'll have a link down in the description to this specific 3D model, but I think it fits the aesthetic of the A1 Mini really well, and I just love this yellow color. So now that it's actually been a couple months that I've owned the A1 Mini, I feel pretty comfortable sharing some of the things I like and don't like about it. Let's just start with the negatives first. The A1 Mini is pretty loud. I don't know what I was expecting, but all the other videos talked about how quiet it was, but because it is in the same space that I work, I definitely got to figure out a situation that makes it just a little bit quieter. The second thing, which kind of goes with the loudness, is the smell. I do know that if I stepped up to a P1S or one of the other enclosed printers, I wouldn't have those sound and smell issues. So I think that's just to be expected, but I figured I would share those things. If you're new to 3D printing and you're considering the A1 Mini, it's definitely not something that you would be able to have sitting next to you while you're trying to work. Okay, so now we can talk about the things that I do like about the A1 Mini. The first thing, and the reason a lot of people get this printer, is the price. Out of all the other printers out there on the market at this price point, I just decided the A1 Mini was the printer to go with, mainly because of how much support there is for the printer itself and just the fact that it works. Like, this printer works. I haven't had any major issues. The second thing is just how small it is. I knew that the A1 Mini was going to be a fairly small printer, but it doesn't take up as much room as I did expect. I was surprised that this small of a package can produce the quality of products that it does. I don't really have any 3D design experience, mainly just like I mentioned earlier, I do have a fair amount of Revit and AutoCAD experience, so drafting is not something that's new to me, but 3D modeling is definitely a completely different animal. So the first item that I decided to kind of design on my own is a light fixture. I'm still in the process of refining it. I definitely don't have a finished light fixture at this point, but as I kind of dove a little bit into that, I ran across WLED and kind of that whole realm of LED light fixtures and D1 minis. So that's what I decided to use as kind of the basis of my light fixture design. So the first thing I decided to design on my own is a cube. I know it doesn't look like much, but I have way too many hours in this design. And pretty much the main thing is I do have a spot to plug in a USB-C cord, and then I have this base in here that the D1 Mini is able to kind of slot right into. So that has been the basis of my design for the past few weeks. I've experimented with lids and kind of connection types for, expanding the light fixtures. So the first lid I did was this little one right here, and it really doesn't actually snap fit. So that was a waste of filament, but I think printing and kind of seeing how stuff looks in real life is a lot cooler. And then after a little while of printing, kind of like a smaller version that I wanted to, I went ahead and printed my largest 3D prints yet. So this is a 4" by 4" cube. I know, again, it doesn't look like much, but I do have space here for a USB port, as well as some snap fit connections on the inside. I screwed up the gap tolerance on this, so my parts actually don't join together when I printed kind of that top portion that would actually snap into it. I did not leave any tolerance. So yeah, they don't work. So those are some of my first prints with the A1 Mini. I'm really excited to keep using this printer and actually use some of my own designs to print and hopefully sell later on. The idea of a 3D print farm is pretty enticing, especially because I do work from home, but it's just something I gotta look into a little bit more and really understand exactly what goes into that. So if you found this video helpful or you just enjoyed watching, I'd really appreciate if you liked and commented or even give me a subscribe. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I just want to really thank you for watching it and have a blessed rest of your day.